Is SPMO the best ETF in 2026 that nobody's talking about? Today, we're going to be breaking down SPMO. We're going to be showing you guys some interesting stats on total performance versus some of the big dogs like VOO, QQQ, VGT, SCHG. These are some of the ones that I like, and I've seen a lot of people suggest them. But is SPMO the one that's beating each and every one of these? Let's get down to it, let's dive in, and let's talk about it.
This video is purely educational content and should not be considered personal finance advice. I'm not a licensed financial advisor and I don't know your financial situation, risk tolerance, or even investment goals. Past performance doesn't guarantee future results, and always do your own research and consider consulting with a qualified financial professional before making any investment. Alright, let's get on to the video.
Hey guys, my name is Steve and I run the Frugal Expat website where we try to help people to save more and invest better. And today we're talking about, is SPMO the best ETF in 2026 that nobody's talking about? And today I'm going to talk about it because I like it. And someone suggested in my comments about it beating SCHG, and I was like, I had to do a double take, and I said, it is. So let's talk about it and let's see if this one is the best one for 2026. Now, if you guys don't know anything about SPMO, first of all, SPMO is the Invesco S&P 500 Momentum ETF. It tracks the S&P 500. It takes about the 100 best stocks within the S&P 500, ranked by momentum factor, and it puts them in their portfolio. It's got an expense ratio of 0.13%, and so it's quite cheap compared to some other ETFs on the market. But what really brought me up in creating this video is I had a commenter who talked about SPMO and beating SCHG and QQQ year to date, and I had to do a double take, and it is crushing SCHG, which I was like, could this be a great ETF that people are missing out on? Well, today we're going to be talking about seeing, is it the best one for 2026, or is it the best one to buy and hold versus some of these other ETFs? Now, I want to start off with this video with some numbers because I like numbers, and these numbers are the ones that kind of prompted me to continue to make videos about SPMO. Let's dive into those numbers real quick. Year-to-date performance, SPMO is 18.86%. Pretty good. VGT, 19.13%. A little bit better. QQQ, about 15%. SCHG, about 4.94%. And VOO, 8.60%. Now, those are incredible numbers, but as you can see, SPMO is its second best, almost first best. But let's look at the 1 year. 1 year, SPMO is 35.56, VGT is 46.47, QQQ is 37.19, SCHG is 23.76, and VOO is 25.46%. Right there, SCHG is in third place. So, is it still the best? Let's look at the 3 and 5 year returns, because those will give us a bigger picture of what's going on with this ETF. In the 3-year return, SPMO is up 165.41%, VGT 127%, QQQ 113%, SCHG 101%, VOO 83.50%. SPMO wins. Let's go to the 5-year return. 5-year return, SPMO is at 180%, VGT 158.34%, QQQ 125%, SCHG 110%, VOO 92%. Now we're taking a look. SPMO has beaten everybody in almost a year to date. We got 3 years and 5 years. And the average, that 5-year average, CAGR average for SPMO is 23%, VGT 21%. QQQ 17.65%, SCHG 16%, and VOO 13.83%. Right there, SPMO is crushing everybody in the 5-year return. So, is this the best one for 2026? Is everybody overlooking it? Let's dive in. Let's talk about their strategy. Let's talk about the year-to-date performance, the total performances. Let's talk about the drawdowns and the risk. Let's talk about the pros and cons and see if this one should be the one you should be adding to your portfolio. All right, let's dive in a little bit more. So how does SPMO actually work? Now, SPMO is not an ETF that goes hunting for different stocks. It takes a look at those 500 different stocks. It ranks each stock as a momentum factor. the momentum factor based upon the last 12 months. It looks at volatility, it looks at those sort of climbing, and it adds those into the portfolio based upon that score. And so the top are going to be basically percentage wise, and then you're going to have some that may fall out of the reconstitution. In March of 2026, it had its reconstitution. It threw out Meta, it threw out JP Morgan and Walmart. It added in a bunch more stocks. About 54% of its portfolio was turned over. And so that means it continues to rebalance every 6 months, March and September of the year. And it also looks at seeing which one is climbing the best. And so that's why you will see that throughout the years, you're going to see some great movements and you're going to see some consistency. In 2022, the S&P 500 was down 18%. SPMO was only down 10.46%. So you're going to see that the downturns are not as down, and you're going to see that SPMO is crushing the competition in the last 5 years. And so this could be a great ETF that you could be adding to your portfolio. So right now in the top 10, you're going to have companies like Nvidia, AMD, Alphabet, you're going to have Broadcom, you're going to have Micron, you're going to have Intel, you're going to have Caterpillar, Exxon, and Johnson & Johnson. These companies are making up the top 10. The top 10 is about 50% of the portfolio. The portfolio is made up about 49% of it is in technology. You have 14% in industrials and in 10% in communication services. That's what makes kind of the top 3 sectors of this ETF right now in 2026. It is right now a tech heavy fund, but that could rotate because of momentum. Right now, tech and semiconductors are doing really well. Maybe in 6 months, it may not be. And so this portfolio could alter those, and it could be more financial heavy. It could be more industrial heavy. It could be more energy heavy. Who knows? But that's why this ETF is so good, because it's not always just all tech. Because when tech goes down and it doesn't recover for a while, then SPMO actually shines. Between dot-com boom and also the GFC, QQQ wasn't doing really well. It continued to hover and didn't recover until after the GFC, and that's when the tech kind of boom and skyrocketed. With SPMO, you don't have to worry about it. It will rotate into some better companies that may not be as tech heavy as if tech is down. So that's some good news to you. And that you can see that it is beating VGT. It is beating QQQ. And so that's some good news for you guys to kind of think about it. Do I want just an S&P 500 that some companies will like, or do I want the best 100 companies in the S&P 500 that's doing really well today and that has a prediction of doing really well in the future? Hey guys, if you really like this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And if you really want to support this channel, become a member. There are some great members out there like El Patron Alfredo. He is out there, he's continuing to support, and he's also gifting out memberships too. So if you want to become a member, it only costs $2.99 a month, which if you think about it, that's less than a cup of coffee, or depends on your cup of coffee because you could be making it at home. But if you really want to support this channel, become a member, and I'm going to be doing some live streams with those members and some personal posts. So check out that membership, join in, and I could be mentioning your name in one of these videos. All right, let's get back to the video. Now let's go over some pros of having SPMO in your portfolio. First one, superior long-term returns. We saw that the 3 and 5 year returns have beaten VGT, QQQ, SCHG, and VUO. That means it is a great ETF that's doing some pretty good performance. In the 10-year, it's averaged around 20%, and VGT has done a little bit better in the 10-year. But in the 5-year, it's on 23%. That's pretty good news if you're looking for something that in the last 5 years that's been doing pretty good. Number 2, ridiculously low cost. It's got a 0.13% expense ratio, meaning it costs $13 for every $10,000 invested. Now QQQ is 0.18%. They're both from Invesco, but QQQ costs a little bit more. Some other ETFs that you could look at may have a higher expense ratio, but SPMO is pretty cheap. So it's a good one to kind of think about. Number 3, built-in discipline. Now this rebalances twice a year. So it's not every quarter, not every month, but it rebalances twice a year to make sure it has the best ones that's been doing really well over the last 12 months. So that's good news for you. Number 4 is a large cap safety net. So you already know that these 100 companies are large cap companies, They're highly liquid. They're made in the S&P 500. And so you're having some pretty good companies already in that portfolio. Number 5, it's highly liquid. It's got 18 billions in assets under management. So people like it, and you know it's probably not going to fail tomorrow. So this is a good ETF that you could buy and hold. And number 6, a downside protection. Now, I just told you guys in 2022, the S&P 500 was down about 18%. Yeah. And SPMO was only down about 10.6%. So it's done pretty good. In 2018, the S&P 500 was down 4.5%. SPMO only down 0.90%. So SPMO wins in that downside protection compared to the S&P 500. And so that's good news to you. Now, I just talked about the pros. Let's talk about some of the risks, because maybe you're thinking, is this too good to be true? Is this the only ETF without risk? No, each ETF has risk. So let's dive into some of those risks. Risk number 1 is momentum crashes. Now, momentum crashes do happen, and maybe that's just the way it works. We have noticed that in SPMO had a great 2025 until it switched in September and added some companies like Oracle and some other companies that you thought would do well, but it just didn't do so well. We can also see that in 2023, SPMO rotated a lot into energy stocks. And guess what? It underperformed the S&P 500. The S&P 500 did about 26 to 27%, while SPMO did about 17%. So SPMO underperformed because of that switch. But at 6 months, it rotated those out and kind of grew above and beyond. So that you just gotta know that sometimes momentum doesn't always go the way you want it. So you gotta continue to invest for the long term. Risk number 2 is concentration risk. Right now, semiconductors is really a big thing. And it's got a lot of semiconductors within its portfolio. So you're getting about 50% of its portfolio in those top 10 companies. You're getting about 49% in technology. And so concentration risk could be a risk, but in 6 months, everything can rotate. So you have to just take it and continue to ride that wave. Risk number 3 could be rebalance lag. Sometimes you may want it to rebalance every quarter because some other momentum ETFs do that, and it may just lag behind. And that's what we can see in 2025. At the last 6 months before it rebalanced in March, there was a lag. There were some companies that weren't doing so well, and you hoped that it would rebalance sooner. It's rebalanced now, but sometimes it may rebalance a little bit slower than you expect. Another risk could be high valuations. Now, some of these companies like Oracle got on and the valuations was sky high, but then it kind of dropped. And so you have to look at, sometimes they may have some high valuation stocks within it, but it's part of that momentum score. Now, who is SPMO for? Now, SPMO is for those that are looking for growth, those that are looking for exposure to the S&P 500, those that are looking for maybe an ETF with a cheaper expense ratio than QQQ, maybe an ETF that is not just always all tech, but also rotates in some different sectors to make it kind of beat tech in some years and be able to have a lot of tech in some other years. That's who this ETF is for. This ETF is for those growth investors. This ETF is for those that want broad exposure to broad market indexes. That's what this ETF is for. It's beating VOO. It's beating QQQ. It's beating VGT in some years. In some years, VGT is winning, but it's still doing a great thing. Now, if you're looking for a good core to your portfolio or something to be in that bucket 1 growth portion of your portfolio, SPMO could be that answer. Like I said, it's beating a lot of these ETFs in the 3 and 5 years. It's also beating them in year to date. And so this could be a great ETF to add to your portfolio and to give you a little bit exposure to some more growth and more momentum within your portfolio. Let me know in the comments. Do you own any SPMO? Are you buying SPMO now? Or have you been sitting on the fence and you've been wondering, when is there going to be a video that's going to be pushing more SPMO? That could be you. So let me know in the comments and let me know, are there any other ETFs that are beating maybe SPMO or these big broad market ETFs? Let me know in the comments and I'll see you guys in our next video.